Bring it back up court. Derek working the basketball between the two rings. Shot it short there. Rebound, great. 5E lasted, couldn't put it down. Got too much English on it. The rebound to Hornseth up into the forecourt. Setzer. Hornseth, hole high, 17-footer, no. Tap once, 5E clears. Outlet pass, Derek Diener. Quickly up court, they come to Mike Zimmerman. Lost the handle on it, reset. Derek. Kyle Lace now out hole high. Give the ball to Derek Diener around to the left side. Outside once again, here is Mike Zimmerman. Zimmy comes off Derek Diener off onto the baseline. Running one-hander there, no. Foul, a blocking foul going to be called on Brian Setzer. Brian Setzer with his first personal foul, the first team foul.
5:26 to go here at the first quarter of action. Just underway if you're just joining us. Cardinals and the Patriots all dotted up at 2-all.
And this is a regularly scheduled game. It can get a little confusing right now with the makeup stuff that's out there. Derek Diener with a tray ball, no. Brian Setzer with a box out and cleared. Setzer back into the forecourt, 2-2 score. Here's Nate Jensen, pulls up inside the paint, 14-footer there is good by Nate Jensen. Jensen with his first bucket of the game, 4-2, the East Patriots have the lead. And Derek Diener brings it back up once again. Here's Derek around to the right side, popping out hole high now is Zimmerman. Derek down low is Kyle Lace. Throws it back out to Drew Diener, reloads, pulls up at the free throw line. The ball slapped free there by Justin Burton, but got it back once again. Here's Fyvie coming in with a running one-hander, it's gone.
Well, Fyvie did a great job there. Got first a good pass from Lace inside on the entry pass. A good effort there, and then he had a one-on-one situation down low. And Fyvie, his maturity all season long has been so solid, a good participate to get that position.
Hornseth off the baseline, doubled up down there. Zimmy clears the board. Up court they come. Drew Diener round to the left side. Takes it off in the lane. Again, they get the slap away on him. Boy, Justin Burton really quick with the hands, Mike. And I don't know if that's something they spotted on game films or something of that nature, but they have been able to slap the ball away twice now from Derek Diener. Rebound here to Kyle Lace. Back up court comes Derek. Works his man into a pick from Fyvie. Comes back to the far side anyway. Reloads the basketball. Round to the left side. Tray ball on the way. Drew Diener. Good by Drew. Well, Drew Diener on the season shooting. I got to look at this. Drew is shooting 66%. Check that, 49%. Dialing long distance, as Mike would so aptly put it. And Jensen comes away with a 17-footer around to the right side. Final X lead is cut back to 1 at 7-6. Drew Diener right now is shooting 66% from the floor on the season. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, it really is.
From two-point range. Fyvie spins back inside. Back out by Greg Fyvie.
Well, Fyvie's been able to establish a good position on the low block. And when he gets in that position and can get the ball on a one-on-one situation, he's going to be extremely effective. Look for the Cardinals to exploit that consistently as long as they go with a single defense and don't double them.
Hornseth round to the left side. Here comes Setzer. Got it down low on a backdoor feed to Hornseth. Fouled over the back by Drew Diener.
Drew coming across the backside defense, got a piece of the ball, but they're going to say he got the arm along with it. Drew did not think so much.
And Hornseth will go to the free throw line. Up off the pines now is junior guard, 6-footer, Frank Shaw into the basketball game. And Justin Burton will come out. Now, Mike, I'm maybe a little surprised at that because Burton has been a fit, I think, to Drew Diener. Yeah. He's given him 5 points here, but Drew has really had to work for those 5.
Yeah, he had some good hands, as you mentioned earlier.
Well, he slapped it away from him twice.
One guy I'm kind of anxious to see, and I'm sure it won't be too long before we see him, a guy that you touched on with Coach Diener before the game, and that being Dave Mader, a 6'9" freshman.
Well, a.k.a. Joe Harmson, when he was a freshman, he was about 6'9", 6'10". Well, and the ball thrown away by Derek.
And speaking of the big boy,
and here he is. Dave Mader, a freshman, 6'9", into the basketball game. And and Hornseth came out. So he replaces him.
And
Mater averaging about 4 points per ball game. Just creates a lot of trouble inside.
Laced will match up against him defensively.
Jensen around to the right side, now played by Fyvie. They get it down off of the baseline. Eric Vaudeville, he's caught behind the backboard, shoots it anyway. Good job defensively by Mike Zimmerman. The rebound away to the Cardinals.
Absolutely, Dave Zimmerman did a great job. He was on him like a glove right there, had no place to go, and kind of forced a bad shot.
Zimmy, good. Off the front of the rim, no. Fyvie tries, keeps the ball alive. Derek Diener saves from going away. He comes back off into the lane, pulls up 14-footer off the back of the rim. Hoop wouldn't have. Rebound away to Kyle Lace. Steve Chivaleva overlaid the hoop. And Eric Vaudeville with the rebound. Up court they come. Jensen. Here's Brian Setzer, the point guard. He won't shoot much, and a bump bang there by Mater. Down went Lace, no foul called, and back up court come the Cardinals. He missed the shot anyway. Out of the right side is Mike Zimmerman. Zimmy. Derek Diener now going to take his man to the hole, pulls up on. God by Derek.
A nice job by Derek, going strong to his left, and had the defense leaning and pulled up and got a good open look at it from about 6 feet.
And Setzer again will walk it across. 11-7 basketball game, 1:33 remaining, first quarter of action. Setzer yo-yos the dribble. Shaw. Here's Jensen, got it down. Vaudeville spins around, shot it the way there, shot it off the right of the rim, no. And cleared by Drew Diener. Drew D comes up court here to Kyle Lace. Give it to Derek. Derek, circle high to the left side, now needs some help. And Fyvie's all alone down to the baseline. He knocked down Vaudeville. Now they're going to call an offensive foul on Fyvie.
Boy, I don't know about that.
Pretty weak, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was real weak.
You know, I tell you, Vaudeville went down all on his own right before that, and that drew the attention of the official. And I think he saw the aftermath of it and actually was calling the first time around.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right on that, Dave. You're exactly what happened.
But credit Vaudeville, Mike. That's a good defensive play on his part. He gets the foul away from Fyvie and gets the ball back. Well, that's his job.
You take whatever the officials are going to give you.
And you take a possession away. Frank Shaw comes around to the left side, outside, shot on the way there. Trey ball would not go down from Lucas Jenkins, and a foul in the backcourt.
Burton, I believe, if the reach in.
Justin Burton will pick up his first personal foul.
Cardinals in this game thus far have done a great job on the glass, out-rebounding the Patriots by a 10-5 margin.
And that is supposed to be one of the major strong suits, Mike, of the Appleton East Patriots. As you heard Dick Diener in the pregame show, he feels they're an outstanding rebounding basketball team.
Yeah, we talked about Vaudeville throughout the course of this. Comes in #1 in scoring, #3 in rebounding, and #2 in steals. So he does it all.
Yeah. And Derek fakes left, comes back right, pulls up off the back of the rim there, no. And the rebound is pulled away by Lucas Jenkins. Up court they come to Burton. Reload now out to Shaw between the two rings. 27 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of action. No, we never did reset our camera, I bet you, did we?
Well,
on the clock, come to think of it.
Between periods.
Yeah, we'll get it quick. And back up between the two rings, here's Jenkins. 11-7 basketball game, clock runs down to 13. Shaw again, obviously they're looking for one. Down to 9, down to 8, down to 7, down to 6. Shaw got to make a move here. Now gets it down to the low post. Hornseth double clutching in there, hit the shot. Nice job by Todd Hornseth, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter of action. And our score here, after 1 quarter of play from the Redbird Arena, it is the Fond du Lac Cardinals 11 and the Patriots of Appleton East 9. Mike and I'll be back right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal Basketball Report.
For the first time. I always imagined being swept away by a knight in shining armor. A night of excitement right at home. I wanted it to last forever. For weeks, even months. Delivered fast and easy.
I was nervous. I'd never done it before. What if we didn't connect?
Turn on to Hit Movies. I thought it would be so explosive we'd blow the roof off. Big action, small price. With pay-per-view, every time's as good as the first.
Well, before we head into the second quarter of action, let's take a quick glance at the first quarter stats here. has been a name of the game thus far. It's been very strong for both teams. Fond du Lac shooting only 36% on 5 for 14 shooting. That includes 1 for 4 from three-point range. The Patriots, 4 for 13, only 31%. They have yet to connect from long distance on 2 attempts. Cardinals all rebound the Patriots, a 10-6 margin. 3 turnovers for the Cardinal in white, and the Patriots have yet to create a TO.
Well, our cameraman Vern down there playing up to the crowd a little bit. I think he probably took that lesson from Dawn, huh? Take that lesson from Dawn Gardiner? No? Okay, good. Well, good. Good for you.
I don't know if those would be good lessons or not.
Well, that's true. Yeah, some of those could not be good. Probably aren't. You're right. So here's Mater up high post. He dekes inside of Greg Fyvie, steps up and hits a lean-in 7-footer. Nice job by Mater. And they have tied the score at 11-all. Well, a pretty nice looking move for the big freshman. And he got Fyvie to leave his feet. That's a no-no. Here's Drew Diener. And had to change his shot. Hornstedt got in his face. Outlet pass comes to Sean. He'll bring it back up, and East with a chance to take the lead in the basketball game. Here's Burton out between the 2 rings. Swing between the 2 to Shaw. Shaw coming off into the lane. Ball slapped free there by Casey Jekyll, who's into the for the first time. Burton fall away 12-footer off the baseline, hit it.
And they've taken a lead now of 13-11.
Jekyll cut off on the baseline by Mater. Looking to reload. Has a little trouble. Needs some help. Flashing through. Here's Drew Diener. Turnaround bank jump shot there. No. Hope wouldn't have it, and honeycombed out. Hornstedt clears.
Excuse me, we know Drew is definitely a streak shooter. Thus far, hasn't really found the range yet to get it. Once he finds it, he'll nail down 4 or 5 in a row.
Derek Diener there with the personal foul, his first. Common foul, and Appleton East will inbound. Here's Andy Rose up off the Pines into the ball game, and they will give Mike Zimmerman a breather. And they may have got caught a little bit here, Mike, because Eric Vaubel now coming back into the basketball game. Casey Jekyll now will draw him. Left side sidewalk. Shot on the way here by Jenkins. No. Fyvie skies and has it. High Fyvie with a rebound. Rebounding wise, Mike, Greg Fyvie is right up there among the leaders.
Number
4, averaging 8.1 rebounds per basketball game, as well as those 17.5 points in a 3-second. Oh, what do we have? I'm sorry.
Yeah, foul, I believe, on a push. Good execution by the Cardinals. The old bucket won't count, but a nice shovel pass to Rose for the reverse layup. Execution.
Dave Mater with the personal foul, his first, and that is the 3rd team foul on the East Patriots. Drew Diener will come out. Mike Zimmerman right back in once again. And you probably knew that was coming. They almost got, so to speak, Mike caught on a line change because Vaubel had been out, and Dick Diener wanted to give Mike Zimmerman a breather, and Vaubel came back in once again. They got caught there for a moment. Derek around here to the right side, give it to Mike Zimmerman, down to Andy Rose. Here's the Jekyll. He leaves it down for Fyvie, running through on the baseline, and a foul. Now they called this one on Jenkins. And Lucas Jenkins, a senior guard, with his first personal foul. That is the 4th team. Again, a common foul. Again, Fond du Lac will inbound. And back in comes Brian Setzer for Frank Shaw.
Cardinals, of course, on the line with a 39-game home winning streak also going.
Well, we're seeing and back into the basketball game is Nate Jensen, who wears a nose guard, and I don't mean the football type. If we get a look at that, we're seeing an awful lot of those this year, aren't we?
Yeah.
People with busted noses, becoming more and more a physical game than it ever was. And, you know, you take away the hand check, Mike, it gets more physical yet. Air ball here by Derek Diener. And up court comes Burton. Right side, Jensen going to pop for the tray. J gone.
Patriots here in the corner have come out smoking. 3 for 4 from the field, including that tray ball.
It is 16-11, Appleton East.
Cardinals have yet to find the net here in second quarter of action.
Well, Drew back in the ball game. Need one here on the way with a try. Honeycomb down, tapped out of bounds. Back to Appleton East.
Yeah, Coach wants wants a timeout right here. He wants to put a stop to the run.
Timeout taken on the court with 5 minutes, 35 seconds remaining to be played here in the first half of action. It's Appleton East60, Fond du Lac 11 back into this. So that game in its entirety on tape. I had a tape, and of course we were up in Springs doing the game. And well, I tell you, that Tennessee team just something else. If they're the number 6 ranked team, I'd sure hate to see number 1 and 2.
They're a team that's had a great tradition of basketball for a long time. What's her name still coaching there?
Pat Summit, yes, she is. Running one-hander here by Mater. No, tap free into the hands of Derek Dieter. Here come the Cardinals on the run. 3-on-2 bust out, and Mike Zimmerman will pull up. Leave it back for Derek out between the 2 circles. Left side sidewalk. Here's Casey Jekyll. Is one of 2 sophomores on the court right now. Drew Diener around to the right side. Got a pick from Derek. Put the ball in the 4th, threw it away. Into the hands of Eric Baubel, coming down, going to get his first points in the game, and he slammed it. Eric Baubel, who'd been held scoreless to that point by Mike Zimmerman on a great defensive job thus far in the ball game, but he gets one here. 5-e. Pops it back out. Derek Diener swinging off here to Mike Zimmerman. 18-11 basketball game. Now, Mike, that last possession, Drew did one of those cardinal sins. You don't pick up your dribble if you don't have someplace to go with the basketball. And that's what happened, and then he wound up in a bit of a trapping situation out there. 5-e, blocking foul. Oh, they're going to call the offense again.
Oh, that's not a good call. I don't know if we can get back and see that, but that's not a good call because there was no position established at all. Defensively, he was backing up all the way.
The only thing I can say, Mike, is that 5-e left his feet.
I don't go along with that.
It's a questionable call, no doubt, but Greg 5-e did leave his feet, and now he's going to be forced out of the ball game with his 2nd personal foul. Cardinals in a bit of trouble here in the early going. 4:17 to go, first half.
Let's go back here. Oh, I guess not right now. Here we go. Take a look at it.
Take a look at it here.
We'll get the entry pass. The 5-e flashing.
Will pop up. Still looking here as Drew. Long series here. And here comes 5-e now. Now he's going to go down the lane.
Oh, maybe it wasn't too bad. I guess on second review, I can't argue as much as
And Mater here with a bucket. His 2nd. Laced. 20-11. Cardinals have yet to score here in the 2nd. 39-game winning streak riding on this night. Down to the left side sidewalk. Here's Kyle Laced. Leaves it out now for Derek Diener. Popping up as Drew gives him a pick out there. Swinging around to Casey Jekyll. Outside shot. Drew Diener. He's cold here in the first half of action. And Mater with a rebound on the outlet pass comes to Setzer. 3:20 to go. First half of action. East leads it by 9. Biggest lead by anybody in this ball game. Got it down to Baubel, laid it in.
Well, they've got us doubled up now at 22-11. And thus far in this basketball game, give East an awful lot of credit. They have done everything right. They're playing some good defense, shooting the ball well, have not had a turnover yet in this basketball game.
Here's Derek Diener. Got caught in the air, threw the ball away. Trying to force the issue, nothing there. Threw it into the hands of Jenkins. Outside tray ball by Setzer. No. Rebound, Casey Jekyll. Outlet pass to Derek. Right down the lane, coast to coast, and laid it in.
Nice job on a little stutter step by Derek Diener. You know, he's your senior point guard leader. He knew they had to create right there. He saw a bit of an opening on transition and took it right to the glass.
Well, that's the first bucket here, the first points in the 2nd quarter for Fond du Lac. Baubel. Cardinals are in a zone here now. Down off of the baseline. And then that shot hit the side of the backboard from Nate Jensen.
And a good job by Zimmerman again by pushing him deep behind the backboard.
Jekyll breaking the hole, blocked by Mater, and Mater with a foul.
Yeah. Inside official didn't see it, apparently. The outside official got it.
Mater with his 2nd personal. And you see head coach Ron Parker. They're on the bench, nearest to you, nearest coach to you.
You know, not picking on these officials by no means, but I'll make an observation. I'll call it that. I can't recall in recent times seeing a pair of officials at this age working a high school game. Both of them, I would say, older gentlemen.
Well,
that's a make it pro official. I'm just saying that a pair of that are.
We've talked before, Mike, about the situation in the Fox Valley this year. Casey Jekyll, by the way, a 55, or check that, a 67% free throw shooter, and he missed a pair right here. 22-13, the Cardinals struggling through a second quarter. A long time since they've been held to just 2 points, and we're under 2 minutes remaining here in the first half of action. Coffin corner, right side, shot there by Jenkins. No, they got a Jenkins and a Jensen. I keep wanting to confuse them. Derek flashing through the baseline. Drew Diener getting the basketball now in a bit of trouble. Needs some help. Pops it back out. Derek lost the handle on it. Kyle Lace picks it up. Reload. Drew has made 2 of those mistakes, Mike. You can't pick up your dribble if you got no place to go. Derek taking the baseline, running with hitters, gone.
Nice job, Derek. Again, taking it to the basket. And both occasions he's done it here in a quarter. He's gone to the left hand.
Well, and Derek Diener, Mike, taking it upon himself here. If no one else is going to play the game tonight, Derek Diener's at least going to keep the Cardinals in it.
Cardinals, again, showing 3-2 zone defense.
Setzer, Shaw, left side, Coffin corner, Jenkins. Jenkins got around Jekyll, leaves it inside for Ballbell and laid it down.
Good execution. Jenkins takes the ball to the baseline. Ballbell just goes right down to the main street, actually, and gets a bit of a give and go, actually.
Well, Mike, what it was poor execution defensively by the Cardinals. You can't let him have that baseline like that. And a shot here, honeycombing out from Mike Zimmerman. Rebound, Casey Jekyll put it back. 29 ticks here in the first half of action, 24-17 game.
Cardinals need to stop here before the half. I'm sure the Patriots are going to look for one look.
Well, they've got Hornseth in there. That's where they went the last time, if you recall. Of course, their first option, I'm sure, is Ballbell. They get him down the low post. Cardinals in a zone defense here. And coming down as Ballbell splits it off. Baseline, 17-footer there. No, out of bounds. Back to Fond du Lac, 1 second. Not really probably enough time to do anything with it here, and they get it out to Kyle Lace, throws it to the half corner. No, and that'll be the end of the first half of action. And our score here at halftime is the Appleton East Patriots 24, the Fond du Lac Cardinals 17. Mike and I'll be back right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
Important sporting events in the comfort of your home. Video Sports captures all the excitement, and broadcasting personalities Dave Preston.
Arena, where at halftime, it's the Appleton East Patriots 24, the Fond du Lac Cardinals 17. Well, it's been a while, folks, since the Cardinals have faced this type of a situation on their home court. Keep in mind, Fondy comes into this game with a 39-game home winning streak, and that's on the line right now. Give a lot of credit, I believe, to Appleton East. I think they came out and played an excellent first half of basketball. Did an awful lot of things right. I think one of their keys has been the fact that they have really taken us out of our three-point game, and especially have done a great job on Drew Diener. And what they're doing basically on our three-point shooters is they're really making an effort of running at him. I don't think that they've given us too many open looks at all on the three-point shot, or any perimeter shot for that instance. When we swing the ball and get it to that perimeter area, they are making a definite effort at running at us with the hands up, and I think it's a bit right now of taking us out of that. And Fond du Lac certainly is going to adjust that, as well as make other adjustments in the course of this halftime right now to get themselves back in this game. Keep in mind, an awful lot of basketball will be played here, trailed by 7 here at halftime. Let's take a look at the stats, and I will point out some other things that they have done extremely well. Fond du Lac shooting 35% on 8 of 23. Cardinals were 1 for 6 from three-point range. The Patriots 11 for 26. For 42%, they likewise struggling from long distance, only 1 from 7. Cardinals 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Patriots 1 for 2, so not a big factor there. The Cardinals do a good job of on the boards of rebounding East by a 16-11 margin. But look at the bottom line. Fond du Lac with 6 turnovers. That's not bad. That's doing a pretty good job of taking care of the basketball in a half. But on the opposite side, we've had the Patriots with yet to commit a turnover unofficially in this basketball game. And I cannot recall, quite frankly, the last time I've seen a high school game where a team has not turned the ball over once in a half. That is obviously a very key factor in this basketball game. Let's take a glance at the leading scorers here at halftime for each team respectively. Cardinals here led by Derek Diener with 6 points. Derek did a nice job in that second quarter when the Cardinals were really struggling to get anything going. On a couple occasions there, took upon himself that senior leadership that one needs. Took it strong to the basket on 2 occasions to get some points on the board and get the Fond du Lac a little momentum late in the first half of play. Drew Diener with 5 points and Greg Fivey with 4. Patriots are led by Jensen with 7, Ball with 6, and Hornseth with 5. 6 points for Ball, which will tell me that the Cardinals likewise have done a good job of taking him out of the basketball game. Keep in mind, he comes into this game the leading scorer in the conference, averaging 24.3 a game. So the Cardinals have done a good job on him defensively here in the first half of play, Dave.
Well, Mike, he got free on us. His first bucket, if you recall, was we gave up the ball. We gave up the ball, and they threw it out ahead to him, and he got the slam dunk. It seemed to open him up a little bit, and there was a defensive mistake, Mike, when Casey Jekyll let his man go on the baseline, let him cut around him on the baseline, and then Ballbill, sliding down from high post to low post, was able to take the feed and get him a bucket there. But it's been a couple of mistakes. I recall the first time around when he got the slam dunk, Drew Diener actually picked up his dribble, which is a no-no. He had no place to go with the basketball, and he picked up his dribble and wound up throwing the ball away, and that led to the basket there by Ballbill. I agree with you certainly on what they're doing against us defensively with our three-point shooters. On the other hand, we've gotten good looks at the basket from three-point range, just have not knocked them down yet here in the first half of action.
Well, yeah. Yes, we have, Dave. I mean, I wouldn't call our shot selection poor,
no.
But I think the fact that on our perimeter shots, that running at us, and I've noticed that on many occasions in the first half, they're running at us with the hands up. That's a distraction, and it's just enough to throw your shot off slightly. And of course, when you start talking about three-point shots, it doesn't take much variation to throw a shot off.
Well, this is going to be one of those games of adjustments you would like to think, and hopefully Dick Diener and crew. This is a chess match. Of course, Ron Parker been around the league for a very long time, as has Dick Diener, so a bit of a chess match between the two of them. And obviously, we're going to see here in the second half which of the two coaches makes the better adjustments.
Well, as I said, it's been a while since the Cardinals have faced this type of situation here at the Redbird Arena.
Well, it's been a while, I think, since they've been held to just 17 points in a half. And they had but 6, of course, in that quarter. Cardinals inbound to start the second half of action, and Fivey battling, brings the ball back up into the forecourt, then threw it away. Nope, they're going to give it back to Fond du Lac. It was touched last by one of the Patriots.
Well, we'll take it. Cardinals need to get something going here offensively, get some momentum.
Looping feed in, Kyle Legs. Kyle leaves it here on, they run a weave. Derek Diener coming around it, blocking foul. Called on Setzer. If it's on Setzer, it's his second, and I believe that that's the way it's going to go. I mentioned a little bit earlier, Mike, about the officiating situation in the Fox Valley Association. The Fox Valley Association this year will not allow a set of officials, and this time Drew Diener's shot is blocked, gets his own rebound though. They will not allow a set of officials to work more than 2 games in the throughout the course of the season. And the ball thrown away here by Derek into the hands of Brian Setzer.
And I think that's a kind of foolish rule, quite frankly.
Yeah, they can work 2.
Now you got here 2 officials going opposite ways.
Well, that's going to be a jump ball call. It should be a jump ball call.
Yeah, it certainly should.
Jump ball should be the call. And now the one official over explaining the call to Ron Parker. Ron Parker up off of the bench. Fond du Lac fans calling for a technical there. They're correct about that as well. In the truest sense of the word.
Well,
I don't think, obviously, experienced officials that we have here tonight, Mike, and they told Ron that he had to get back and get in contact with the bench, and that's what he's done.
He's, quite frankly, Dave, I won't say it anyway. I've watched these guys mechanic-wise. They're out to lunch on a lot of things. I'm sorry they are. They just don't seem to be with the program.
Well, how do you say? You can't teach an old dog new tricks, kind of thing,
I don't know. I just...
And posting up, here's Vaubel. Turnaround jumper, there's good. Eric Vaubel, his 8th point of the basketball game. 26-17 by 9, the Patriots. 39-game winning streak at home on the board here tonight. And Fivey spins down on Vaubel. Hit it off the glass. He kissed it.
Well, I wouldn't call it textbook, but it was effective. Took it one-handed, as you said. Banks it strong off the glass in between the ripple of the nets.
26-19. Burton back out. Jensen between the two circles. Reloads off to Burton. He is played here by Drew Dieter. He ran him into a pick and then backed off once again. Setzer, Jensen. Fivey pops out to defend. Here's Hornseth up high. He's cut off. Give it to Jensen off of the coffin corner. Setzer off the split. Left side sidewalk. Works it on Derek Dieter. And he carried the ball.
Travel call, lets it do.
Well, mechanics weren't so bad.
That one was absolutely perfect.
Okay.
And that, Dave, I have for me is the first turnover of this basketball game for them. And do you recall a game which in high school where a team did not turn the ball over in a half?
In a half, I can't remember one. You know, you'd probably have to go to something somewhere along the line I did when a team held the ball.
Yeah, that might be it. Oh, good.
Looping feed down here to Kyle Lace. Bank of home!
Let's see if they call it, Dave. That'll be the question if it goes or not, because the whistle may have been prior to the shot.
Hornseth with the foul.
No basket.
No basket.
Yeah, I suspected that was going to be the case, and I got to give him credit on that one because from what they called, the whistle was prior to the shot.
Well, so the Cardinals on the common foul now inbound the basketball. They get one taken away. That maybe should have been there. Foul was there. I saw the foul, and you know, he was going up in the act of shooting. I don't know how you take that kind of stuff away, to be honest with you, folks. And Zimmerman off the front of the rim, no good. Setzer quickly up court, gave it to Jensen off the left side. Nice job by Brian Setzer.
Just kind of hangs
Jensen
in
with
the
his
air.
9th point. Well, I'm talking about the guard play, Mike. That was, I don't know how he fed that ball through that crowd. It was a great pass by Setzer. 28-19. Kyle Lace, blocking foul. Call a hold on Hornseth, apparently. If it's on Hornseth, that's going to be, well, it's his second.
Well, the Patriots back to their biggest lead of the game, I believe, 9 points. No, that's wrong. They had an 11-point lead at one time.
So again, on a common foul, Fond du Lac will inbound the basketball. Kyle Lace with 5:28 remaining here, third quarter of action, comes off from Mike Zimmerman, left side sidewalk. Zimmy gets a pick out high from 5. He comes around it, squares up, spots up to the right side, reloads the basketball out to Derek Dieter. Derek out between the two circles. East has played excellent defense in this basketball game thus far. Zimmerman fakes left, comes back right, leaves out for Lace, back left side, Derek Dieter, looping feet down underneath the 5. They got a double up on him, missed the shot, tipped by Drew Dieter, no foul.
So we'll get
Gonna call against Drew. Drew Dieter will get the personal foul, and for Drew, that's his second. First team in the second half, common foul. And Appleton East will bring it back up. This is a classic defensive battle here tonight, Mike, thus far.
Yeah, really.
Cardinals have done an excellent job on Vaubel. East has done an excellent job on Drew Dieter. Here's Vaubel coming down the lane. They let him go that time. Vaubel with his 10th.
Patriots have come out hot again here, and they have done that in each quarter. 3 for 3 here in the third.
30-19, Derek Dieter, left side sidewalk, Mike Zimmerman. Give it back out to Kyle Lace. Played off the ball there by Hornseth, through, tray ball on the way, no, foul.
I believe this is going to be a 3-shot foul, Dave.
This should be going on Burton. That's what it'll be.
And it will be 3 free throws for Diener.
Justin Burton with his second personal, and it's going to send Drew Diener to the free throw line. Drew on the season, an 86% shooter thus far.
Well, hopefully he can bury 3 here and find that shooting touch at the free throw line. Has not had a good shooting night thus far, and sometimes you can get a little confidence standing at that charity stripe.
Well, Mike, I recall, he missed his first shot of the night, came back and hit a 2-pointer off of the left side, and then hit a tray, and has gone cold ever since. Drew's second is good.
Well, he buries the first 2.
Draws the Cardinals back to within 9. And we'll have a substitution. Casey Jakelin in the ball game for Kyle Lace. Fond du Lac Gals are at Appleton East tonight. That was a game that was scheduled for last night. Rescheduled after kind of a crazy day there yesterday, Mike. Called school off at about 9 o'clock yesterday morning. 15 minutes later, the ice was melting all over the place. It wasn't that bad. It was a beautiful day. And timeout now here.
Yeah, Cardinals throw some good full court pressure, catch the Patriots off, and they have to burn a timeout.
And so, with 4:23 remaining here in the third quarter of action, timeout on the court. East leads at 30-22.
Marcus Cable proudly introduces their Maximum Value Package. What's in it for you, you might ask? 450 titles per month on HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, and Disney at one incredibly low price. You get westerns, plus comedies, everything. From kids stuff to rough stuff, even mushy stuff.
And we'll have it 10 or shortly thereafter. If we're not there right at 10, we're on the way, because it will probably be a few minutes later.
Yeah, we got to tear down tomorrow night. Tonight, we really don't have to that much. Up court comes Burton, coast to coast, and he put it down.
Cardinals have not stopped the Patriots here on 4 attempts in the quarter.
Well, they've allowed first Vaubil to go right down the lane on him. This time, Burton, no help out. Derek Diener, turnaround 13-footer to the paint, no. Gets his own rebound and looks for reload, does. Derek scissors the dribble. Leaves it for Drew to the right side, sidewalk. The sophomore looks down inside, swing it back out. Around the horn they go to Mike Zimmerman. Fakes right, comes back to the left, cut off on the baseline. Derek Diener, tray ball on the way here, off the front of the rim, no. Five with the rebound, high-fivey, put it back. 8th point of the game for high-fivey.
Cardinals need to start to make a run, trail it now by 8. You'd like to get this down to maybe 5 here by the quarter.
3:26 to go in the quarter as Nate Jensen has it out of the coffin corner. Jensen, Burton, hole high, left side, Setzer leaves it for Vaubil, cut off on the baseline there by Fivey and Zimmerman. Outside tray by Jensen, no. Hornseth had the rebound into the hands of Vaubil, dumps it off for Burton, he laid it down. Justin Burton that time, right place, right time.
Yeah, the first time they missed in the quarter, and then they were able to come away with the offensive glass and still convert. So, in essence, then they've scored on 5 consecutive trips down court.
Scissors the dribble, and Derek brings it across the timeline. Drew's been very quiet since the first quarter. Drew D this time. Now pulls up, tray ball falling away.
No, that's only a 2, Dave. That was a 2.
Oh, you're kidding, Mike.
No, he stepped inside on the penetrate. He put the ball down,
yeah,
he got it.
He came back out, Mike.
No, he was in.
I disagree. He came in, but he came back out. 34-26, 8-point lead. Got to stop trading them buckets. They got it inside of the give. Go to Vaubil, laid it in. 12 points for Eric Vaubil.
Need a little better help defense right there. We're giving them some pretty good shots inside last 2 times down court.
Derek Diener. Zimmerman. Right back to Derek. Looks it off. Casey Jakel flashing through on the baseline. Fivey. Ducks inside. Put it off the glass. Couldn't put it down. Nate Jensen with the rebound. Outlet pass to Brian Setzer. Setzer cut off out in front. They get a double up on him. Threw it out to Vaubil. Reload. Here's Burton. Yo-yo the dribble between the 2 rings to Jensen on the right side. Jensen off to Vaubil on the baseline. Going to shoot it over the top of Zimmy. You hit it.
Boy, tough shot. That young man's a ball player.
That Zimmerman right in his face, Mike. That's all he could do. That's all you can ask of him. 38-26. Derek Cut off on the baseline, and then left the ball on the floor and lost it out of bounds. Mike, you just get the feeling that
it's one of those nights.
One of those nights that the Cardinals might be ripe for picking here at home. Andy Rose in, Casey Jekyll in, Mike Zimmerman comes out, Corey Higgins is in, Derek comes out. Cardinals a frustrated bunch thus far, with but 26 points, and we only have 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Setzer. Left side, Crawford. Oh, they got it to fall. Missed the slam. Tap. What do we got?
Over the back, I believe it'll be. Yep.
Gonna call it on Mater. Yep. Dave Mater, that's his third. So Mater, the freshman, picks up his third personal. That really is not in effect on the Cardinals one way or the other. East can play without Mater. Higgins, Corey Higgins here. Round to the right side, blocking foul on Brian Setzer. Setzer has his third. Now, 3 personals for Setzer on the other hand. Could be a little bit of trouble for Appleton East. Setzer will come out, Burton back in.
60 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Cardinals on the short side of the scoreboard, 38-26.
So Drew Diener loops it out here to Andy Rose. Higgins, 57 ticks on the clock. Drew, tray ball on the way. Got it!
Well, Drew now, since he had those 3 free throws, Dave, has come back and hit a pair of shots, a 2 and a 3. So maybe he can find the range. You really need that because he's the kind of guy that could single-handedly just about bring you back in it.
There's Frank Shaw between the 2 circles. Left side is Justin Burton. He's played now by Corey Higgins. Mater up high post. Split it out high. Comes to Jenkins, leave it on the right side for Shaw. Cut off on a double up. Burton back out between the 2 circles. Higgins keeps him out there. Left side sidewalk. Jenkins shot there, no. Tap free, and Andy Rose clears it. Andy Rose with the rebound. He'll dribble out of trouble and leave it now for Corey Higgins.
Cardinals probably look for 1. The clock down to 13 in the quarter.
Surprising, Mike, that Appleton East didn't look for 1 on that last trip. Left side, Casey Jekyll double pump.
Well,
within 7-2. Shot of the way, no, and that'll be the end of the third. After 3, Appleton East 38, Fond du Lac 31. Back with the final 8 right after this. Just a little bit to your right and then back, because then you can get the benches. You know what I'm saying?
Take a look here.
No, you don't, because you're staying where you are. Move a little bit to your right.
Send him a letter.
Okay.
Take a look at the third quarter stats here quickly. The Cardinals 5 for 11 for 45%. The Patriots had a great quarter, 7 for 12, 58%. The Pats out-rebounded the Cards 5 to 4. 2 turnovers for Fond du Lac and only 1 for the Patriots of Appleton East.
38-31.
And, you know, Dave, a little bit of life there at the end of the quarter, and some of the youngsters that came off the Pines lit it up a little bit.
Well, as I said, Mike, we had some people on the court, I think, that might have been getting a little frustrated.
And they were coming back with that same bunch. You got Higgins and Rose and company of
Jekyll, Drew Diener, tray ball on the way. This one air ball. And Drew saying that that one was tipped, but he's not going to talk the official into that. So the basketball goes back to Appleton East, and Fond du Lac now coming out with pressure. And a home run pass trying to come to Ballbill, slipped away by Casey Jekyll. Throws off to the right side here. Higgins, baseline, Rose, reload, back out, Drew Diener. Drew pulls up inside the free throw circle. No on the shot. Rebound away, Mater. Quickly up court they come to Frank Shaw. Shaw works the dribble between the 2 rings. Left side, Vaubil, 17-footer good. Eric Vaubil.
He's a ball player.
Well, he exploded for 8 in the third quarter. Now has 10 in the second half and 16 overall, averaging 24 a game.
I would certainly think he's going to get some college looks. Travel.
And Higgins.
Blocking foul.
Blocking foul out ahead of the shot. Talking with Ron Parker, Mike, he said the problem with that, I said Division I prospect, he said most definitely. Trouble is, he came out for basketball just last year.
Wow. what he
so
could have
no
been.
one has really seen him. But could be one of those blue chippers. You're absolutely right. Todd Hornseth back in. Dave Mader comes out. And we got another substitution here yet.
I think they're just calling the official.
Now they want the officials to come over, and Dick Diener will take advantage of that and calls his team over quickly.
Didn't know exactly who
they called the foul on, and it was on Mader. That was his fourth. That also put East over the limit, and Corey Higgins now will go to the free throw line.
And Fond du Lac, yet with only one team foul here.
Higgins missed the front half. And that could really be a problem later on, Mike.
Yeah, you're going to have to hit some foul shots here.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Shaw again takes us to town right down the paint and lays it in. Again, they lead by 11.
Yeah,
After you cut it to 7, they scored 4 in a row. And Andy Rose, baseline 10-footer gone. Andy Rose, his first bucket of the game. Within 9 once again, 6.5 to play. Bob Bell left him alone on the baseline. Boy, you can't do that.
No, you can't lose track of that young man.
Well, they lost sight of him that time up court.
Well, this team, I tell you, certainly comes out of quarters hot. Each quarter now, they've come out smoking. 3 in a row again to start the 4th.
Drew Diener.
Got it.
Tray ball good and a foul.
That's a potential 4-point play here, which could be huge.
Foul is called on Jenkins. Lucas Jenkins with his second personal.
Zim comes back in along with Derek Diener.
Mike, I believe that last time down court defensively, we might have been in a zone. And consequently, Bobel got loose on the baseline. But even in a zone, you just can't lose. You're right, you can't lose track of him.
Well, and then we had some people that could have stepped in, but we got flat-footed. We didn't play any deep feet and just allowed that crease in the zone to go where they just were able to go right down Main Street.
Drew Diener completes a 4-point play within 7 again, 6:10 to go. Here's Frank Shaw through the Cyclops, scissors dribble. Trying to get the crowd into it here, and Derek Diener with a reach in. That's his second. It's all right. The Cardinals have some fouls to give. They may need to use some of these up. If you get down to a point in the game where you have to take fouls, right now we only have 2 team fouls. We can't, right now they don't go to the line.
But at the same time right now, that will enable us to be very aggressive defensively, maybe take some chances on the perimeter.
Correct. Here's Nate Jensen. Circle high right side, swing it off to Burton. Left side sidewalk is Shaw to Jensen. Fakes right, comes back left. Coming around off of the baseline is Shaw. He's played there behind Derek Diener. Now he got around. Diener goes in, underlaid the hoop, rebound away to Mike Zimmerman. Travel. And the Cardinals losing a little bit of focus, Mike, beginning to talk to the officials, not getting calls their way. And you can't do that. Play the game. Setzer, right side, 10-footer, no. 5-e rebound. Leave it for Derek Diener, bring it back up. 44-37. Here's Zimmy on the left side sidewalk. Zimmerman comes back out to Andy Rose, swinging around to the right side. Derek Diener, lean in, 17-footer or 15-footer there, no. 5-e with a rebound, blasted, no foul.
And 5-e will go to the line and shoot a pair. Greg 5-e, a good job of box out, got that inside position, get another look at the shot.
Hornseth with a foul, his third. 5-e to the free throw line. Is this going to be a 2-shot foul,
Yes.
Mike? It should be.
Should be, yes.
And Greg 5-e, who has 8 points in the basketball game, will shoot a pair. He is shooting 76.5% on the season. For a pair.
Yeah. Something else, Dave, that's going to be a factor in this basketball game as we play this last 5 minutes and 13 seconds. From here on out, the Cardinals will be in a double bonus where they'll be shooting two shots on every shot foul attempt.
Well, Fivey, a 76% free throw shooter, and he missed them both.
Yep. When you're not accustomed to being in this position too often, it gets a little tougher to put those
push.
Yep.
Every possession now is going to become very important for the final act guards.
However, there's still just under 5 minutes to go, which is an eternity in a basketball game.
Absolutely, but I still feel from this point on, Mike, every possession, because East is beginning to take a lot of time off the clock every time they have the ball. They've done that all night, and Vaubel gets around 5. He comes around with a reverse layup. No, bad shot, Vaubel. Outlet pass, Derek down to Andy Rose, running with it again.
Well, great transition. Cardinals back to within 5, and they haven't been there in a long time.
44-39.
Now, Andy Rhodes, Dave, has come in and played.
Unlikely hero off the bench, right?
He has been outstanding again tonight. Now the Cardinals, their fans are going.
Burton, block,
oh man! Boy, I'll tell you, that is a nice block.
Drew Diener with his third personal. That is the third team. It will send Justin Burton to the free throw line to shoot a pair on a very questionable call. The only thing I can say, Mike, is that Burton may have brought the ball back enough
to get the elbow
to draw the contact.
I'll tell you, Diener had all ball in the top. There's no doubt about that.
And he knocked them both down. It's 46-39, back to a 7-point lead once again, and Derek Diener will come up. Now they come up with a half-court trap thrown across here to Drew Diener. Here's Fivey off the baseline, back out Drew, and Drew here with a tray ball the way, back of the rim, hoop wouldn't have. Andy Rose tried, Hornseth cleared. Outlet pass to Setzer, baseline, Vaubel spins down on Derek. Got it back once again, comes off in the lane, leaning in, no air ball, did foul Derek Diener. Derek with his third. Well, as I said, Mike, we're down to 3:50 now remaining. You talked about the eternity. We're just under 4 minutes, and that still remains an eternity, but possessions are going to become a key. And is this East? Ron Parker want a timeout here? I believe so, yes. Ron Parker wants to. It's over. 3 minutes, 50 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter of action. East leads at 46-39. 3:50 remaining here in regulation play of this basketball game. And it's been all East since they went on a 10-point run, a 10-0 run in the second quarter of action. Final Act had led it 11-9. And the next thing you knew, we were down 19-11.
Actually, 22-11, Dave, it went to.
Did it go all that far?
Yep, it was. They double us up at the 1 point at 22-11.
So the Patriots will inbound on their own baseline. Following the third personal on Derek Diener, that was the fourth team foul. And what are we waiting on here yet? We're waiting for
debris on the floor to push it cleaned up.
Patriots inbounding underneath their own bucket side right.
Oh, no.
And threw it in underneath here. And Hornseth was there, and he put it down.
You can see that developing. The Cardinals did not pick up on that at all.
Well, they were going to call a play, Mike. If you're going to take the time out, of course, you're going to call an offensive play underneath your own hoop and get a big bucket. They lead it by 9, 3:35 to go. Derek Diener down to Fivey. Over Vaudeville, caught by High Fivey. Back to within 7, but we haven't been able to get under that. 3:22 remaining. Possessions now really going to become a key. Setzer, left side is Justin Burton, played by Drew Diener. East going to try to take some time once again. They've really done an effective job of working the clock, and a foul here on Derek, and that'll be his fourth. Well, they have to take some chances, but those aren't the right guys you want to take chances with right now. Andy Rose in the ball game, Mike, of course, without a foul.
Corey Higgins is going to check back in, I believe.
Well, he's going to have to because There's 3:08 to go. You don't want to lose Derek. Emotionally, that could not be good right now. And East again will inbound. So Corey Higgins with no fouls in the ball game. He and Andy Rose really, Mike, are the two that have to take fouls if you're going to do that. You're going to take chances, and Drew Dieter ties up Burton.
And a possession arrow will read back the
Back
Patriots.
to East.
So in essence, all you do there is recycle the possession arrow.
I thought, and Derek is going to come right back in. Now they may do the trading. Well, he's in there on defense. I was going to say they were going to trade offense for defense, but and have Derek in there offensively, but that obviously not the case. Burton, 2:52 to go. Justin Burton knocked away by Derek and out of bounds. And Mike, it's not for a lack of effort here, certainly on the part of the Cardinals. They played hard here tonight.
No, they have. They played. The effort has been there. You just at this point, I give a lot of credit to East. They've come out and played a great game.
Vaubel gets around Zimmerman down the lane, overlaid the home. Rebound, Drew Dieter into the hands of Andy Rose. Here comes Derek Dieter. 2:34 to go. Pulls up 17-footer left of the Keno. Rose clears it. Andy Rose back out. Drew Dieter, 2:25 to go. Zimmerman, 7-point deficit right now. Derek, tray ball, back of the rim, no. Off into the coffin corner, and Setzer has. Quickly up court, Nate Jensen. Jensen cut off on the baseline. No.
I don't know.
Logging foul here on Andy Rose, apparently. Well, I don't know what that was. That's the 16th foul. That's what it is. That was a strange call.
They're coming right back here. You
got the Vaubel behind the backboard. They forced him down there, but he got the bucket anyway. Oh, there's one nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that's a huge turnaround right there in that possession.
One nail in the coffin. You got about 2 more to go. Here's Zimmerman outside. Shot won't drop. Rebound, Setzer. Challenge in the backcourt by Derek and Drew. Ahead, Nate Jensen. Hasn't got it across. Now. Whoa.
10 seconds. That's almost a quick 10.
I think he may have called an over and back, Mike. If he did, it was a terrible call because the ball wasn't all the way into the forecourt. He can put 1 foot in there and still keep the other foot out.
Actually, he can put both feet in if the ball doesn't get there.
If the ball doesn't come across, you're right. Down to the stolen away. And there is nail number 2 in the coffin. 1 left. 1:41 remaining. The foul is called on Drew Dieter, and that's his 4th. 39-game winning streak at home on the line. Eric Vaubel to the free throw line. Vaubel on the season, a 67% free throw shooter, and he got this one. And the lead is 10 with 1:41 left. Missed the second, rebound, Mike Zimmerman. Stills breath of life here yet tonight. Drew, downtown tray ball, bingo! And a quick timeout.
Well, that's a start. The Cardinals now, sure, we'll talk it over and come back with full court D.
But we're at that position, Mike, that we have not been able to get under here at all in the 4th quarter. We're within 7.
We're at the 5 one time. We did have it cut to 5.
We did?
Yep.
I don't remember getting down to 5. I remember getting down to 7. But it's been tough to get under that. 1:31 remaining. Keep it right here for a moment. We'll tell you that tomorrow night we're right back here at the Redbird Arena. Final act, Appleton North Lightning. Well, to this point, they're the only team in conference play to defeat the Cardinals. Well, that's on the line right here now.
Dave, if things stay the same as they are right now and the Cardinals end up dropping this one, that turns out to be a huge game tomorrow night.
Depending on what North as well does tonight.
Absolutely.
Okay? But you're absolutely correct. That becomes a huge game.
North tonight is Nina's at North. No, I checked that. Appleton North.
Kimberly's at Appleton North. So North should you would think would prevail in that one.
We failed to point out East came into this game with 3 losses. Fond du Lac, of course, we mentioned, beat them. Appleton North beat them by 6. And the other loss came at the hands of Neenah by 2. And that's probably the game that the Patriots look back at as the one that maybe was the game they really should have had.
51-44 basketball game, 1:25 to go. Corey Higgins steps in front of Jensen, can't get a piece of the basketball. Now Setzer breaks free, come down to the baseline. Bob will get a lay it in and a foul. Foul's going to be here on Mike Zimmerman. And Zimmy, who in all reality has done a pretty good job on ball bell, and you're in a position now, Mike, where he has to try to create some other things, and at times has to leave ball bell go. They've been able to find him in those cases. Eric Vaubel will go to the free throw line. He is 1 for 2. 25 points. He's over his average.
And a majority of that in the second half. I believe, what, 7 points at halftime?
Well, let's see. He had 6 at halftime.
6
so
at halftime.
19 here in the second half. Vaubel completes the three-point play. I dare say that might have been the final nail in the coffin right there. A three-point play by Vaubel. Tray ball here by Derek Diener. Good. Derek Diener cuts it back again to 7.
We need some takeaways. Got one.
Got one. Derek Diener, another tray. Front of the rim, no. Rose tries. Vaubel had knocked it about. It's back to Fond du Lac.
Well,
59 seconds remaining. Okay, so the nail was only hit once.
yeah, and the fat lady's still back in the locker room.
Pitch pipe in hand. Outside, Derek Diener. Trey on the way, leaning in. Back of the rim. Hoop wouldn't have it. Vaubel rebound, foul. Andy Rose with the personal, his second. Cardinals now with 8. Travel to the other end of the court. Eric Vaubel to the free throw line. And Vaubel is 2 of 3. Appleton East crowd, student body, they kept them upstairs tonight. Thank you very much, Sir Jim Berg. I don't know if that was intentional. It worked out that way, but
Great idea.
yeah. Good. He'll get one more. 55-47. Vaubel. Got them both. Vaubel with 28 points in the basketball game. Drew Diener leaning in. Trey there, will not go down. Zimmerman tries. 45 seconds left and a foul. This one on Mike Zimmerman, so you go back to the other end of the court again. And Hornseth will go to the line. He is 1 for 2.
I think it's pretty bleak at this point, Dave. It's a matter of time right now.
Is she warming up with the pitch pipe? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think she has to warm up much more. She should be ready to.
It's a 9-point, 45 seconds. It's not an impossible thing. You got it. But we really in a position now where you got to force the trays. Hornseth to shoot a pair. Got the first.
So it's just one of those nights where the bounces are going towards the Patriots.
And right there, the old nail was hit once more by the hammer. 10-point lead. They have done a great job, Mike. Come into the Redbird Arena and do what they've done. 42 seconds left. Derek, Drew leaning in, shot there, air ball. Vaubel with the rebound, foul on Fivey.
The Cardinal streak will
It's
stop
going to come to an end right here.
1 shy of 40.
I'm not even so, I dare say, Mike, that you wonder if Appleton East is at all aware of that.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that they're aware of that.
Of the home court streak?
Yeah, that's
Might not be. Might not be.
That's one of those media things for the most part, Dave. And usually I don't know what kind of coverage they get out of their local media in Appleton. But if it's at all
pretty
effective.
good paper up there, I'll tell you that much. 13-point lead. Derek, Zimmerman, tray ball, off the front of the rim, no, out of bounds. Back to Fond du Lac, 27 seconds left, but this one really is history. With 13 seconds, 27 seconds to go and trailing it by 13. Dave Mader back in. And East gets the basketball. Well, doesn't even pay to foul here anymore at this point. Tipped away by Zimmerman out of bounds. And boy, I tell you, this makes Saturday night's game against the Lightning so important. Now, you lose that one, you could drop into a tie, a three-way tie for first place. Wallbell comes across, triple up on him. Foul now, carry the ball. Okay, travel. With 10 seconds left, but it's all over. And Fond du Lac's home court winning streak is going to come to an end. And Appleton East, the team that will have done it. 5-y outside with a 3-ball. No. Blasted. That's all. The 2-1. That's it. Appleton East Patriots with a tremendous upset over Fond du Lac Cardinals here at the Redbird Arena tonight. Something that 39 previous teams have not been able to accomplish. And that streak over how many years, Mike, that the Cardinals have not lost here at home. But East turns the trick here tonight. The final score, the Patriots 60, Fond du Lac 47. Back to wrap it up for you right after this.
Fits the way you feel, with the flawless sound of a great CD, music of your choice, and no commercials, ever. You can live in that world now. It's called your home. You can create that music. It's called Music Choice, the definitive music service direct to your stereo. Let over 30 different channels of music wash all over you. Music Choice, the next great sound wave.
If you have HBO now, you have 2 chances to have a night like this. It's the premiere of an original movie on HBO. Kathy Bates, Daniel Roebuck, John Michael Higgins. HBO comes clean on late night's dirtiest fight, The Late Shift. Catch a comedy on HBO too. The squeaky clean Bradys are back. Shelley Long, The Brady Bunch movie. 2 great choices, 2 different channels. 2 good reasons to watch HBO, the best choice on TV.
Welcome back once again to the Redbird Arena here on campus of Goodrich High School. And, well, Mike, as you said, I guess the streak things are more for media sometimes and what have you, but they were also made to be broken. That's why they start. And it was broken here tonight. A long winning streak on the home court here by the Fond du Lac Cardinals. 39 straight games here on the home court. And it goes down at the hands of the Appleton East Patriots. Boy, you just have to give them an awful lot of credit here tonight. They came to play ball. Maybe not a whole heck of a lot of their fans that showed up. They had a nice crowd here tonight, but didn't bring down what we have seen from them in the past. And I bet you an awful lot of them tomorrow morning are going to wish that they had been around here tonight to have seen this one.
Well, they certainly put on a show, Dave. The Patriots came to play, as you said. They did a lot of things right in this basketball game. I have to give them an awful lot of credit. I think they kind of frustrated the Cardinals in a number of areas and really got them out of their basketball game. They played some very good half-court defense and were very aggressive, active hands. Did a good job of, as we talked about, running at our three-point shooters. Took them out of the game a little bit. Stymied us. And offensively, they shot the ball pretty well. Overall, they shot 50% on the game. They did a nice job of taking care care of the basketball. Unofficially, only 5 turnovers for the entire basketball game. And when you do all those things right, things are probably going to go your way. Shot free throws well also.
We basically, Mike, tonight, the Cardinals, I mean, had 3 people to any extent in the scoring column. And Drew Diener really had to battle to get his average tonight. He came in here averaging about 18 points a game. He finished tonight with 20, but he really had to work to get those 20. And some of them a little bit in desperation coming down the stretch of the basketball game.
Well, they did a nice job on him, and obviously on your scouting reports, you look at Drew Diener right away. He's the guy, the offensive leader, 3rd or 4th in the conference in scoring, can light it up in a big hurry. They were in his face, gave him very few good looks at the basket where he had a good open shot at it. But it was overall, you know, the Cardinals had one of those nights where they didn't shoot the ball well. That hasn't been the case too often for this ball club this year. They have been a very fine shooting team. Really struggled on the long ball, and shot, I believe, was 5 for 22 from long distance. Granted, a lot of those were some forced shots down the stretch, but overall was not a good shooting night. The one thing that retrospect is, you can go back and say a lot of things, but I think that the Cardinals, one area I would have liked to see them work the ball more inside. When the perimeter game wasn't going, I thought the matchup inside with Fivey was quite effective early in this game, and it continued to be. We just didn't get Fivey the ball in good post-up positions very often. When he got it down low, he came away with some pretty good results. That's one area we probably didn't expose enough for this basketball game. Made us settle between those long shots when they weren't really going for us.
We talked about the teams making adjustments at halftime. At halftime, Eric Baubel with 6 points in this basketball game had been held to that by a good defensive job by Mike Zimmerman and the rest of the Fond du Lac Cardinals. But here in the second half of action, he just exploded for about 22 points in the basketball game. And it seemed to me the one thing that began to happen was that they started rubbing Zimmy off on some picks, and suddenly there was no weak side help from the Fond du Lac Cardinals. That's very, very unusual from a team that so often plays great position defense, but they were able to break Zimmerman away from Baubel, and he goes over his average tonight. More often than not, the Fond du Lac Cardinals, when they set their minds to defending a player, will hold that player under their average. Tonight, Baubel gets 3+.
Well, yeah, he did a nice job. He's a heck of a ball player. It's amazing the guy only played ball for a couple of years because he's got all the talent in the world. He's got the good size, good frame at 6'6", a good jumper. I'll tell you, I think Fond du Lac, when they got frustrated offensively, I think it maybe reflected on their defense a little bit through the course of this basketball, and especially down late in the second half. Of course, at that point, you had to start taking some chances also. So on the perimeter areas, you took a chance here or there. Then the weak side help wasn't there because you were exposed to yourself at that point when you didn't come away with a loose ball. So from that viewpoint, again, just give a lot of credit to Appleton East. They came in ready to play, and they played a fine basketball game, and you can't take that away from them. Cardinals now with a key game tomorrow night. And being human, you've got to believe maybe a bit of a factor might have been looking into last night's game. I'm sure they tried to focus on this basketball game and try to keep it in perspective that way because they knew this would not be an easy task playing the Patriots. But it's only human nature, and we're all human, and that's maybe our weak point sometimes, is to focus on what's happening right now instead of what's the key matchup of the weekend. That was supposed to be the marquee matchup. Well, now it is because it's even gotten bigger.
Well, it's a very big matchup now. Now it becomes a must-win, or you drop into a tie with one of these two teams, or maybe with both of them for first place, depending on what Appleton North did tonight. And at this time, of course, we don't know that. Funny thing, Mike, that well, I blew my train of thought on that anyway. Let's take a look at the final stats and statistics on the game.
Well, they will see the Cardinals ending up shooting 36% overall in the basketball game, 19 for 53, and as I mentioned, 5 for 22, I should say, from three-point range. The East Patriots, 24 for 48, and even 50% in the basketball game. Really did a good job where they had to, especially in the second half. Shot well over 50% overall in the second half of play. Free throws, the Cardinals 4 for 9 for 46%. Patriots 11 for 13, an amazing 84% at the line there. So another area where the Patriots of Appleton East were extremely strong in this basketball game. They did it all, folks, tonight. They came to play, and they played the Fond du Lac Cardinals. 27 rebounds for Fond du Lac. The one area Fond du Lac did have an advantage, 27 to 24. The Cardinals commit 10 turnovers in this basketball game, and quite frankly, that's good. The Cardinals did a nice job of taking care of the basketball, only with those 10 turnovers. But on the other side of the coin, the Patriots did an even far better job. Only 5 turnovers unofficially here in this basketball game. Keep in mind, did not turn the ball over in the entire first half of play. Taking a look at the final leaders in scoring, the Cardinals end up, Drew Diener, 20 points. As Dave said, they really had a struggle for those. He had a struggle for those 20. They were not easy. Got the majority of those late in the basketball game. Fyvie with 10, and Derek Diener with 9. Patriots are led by their fine player, Vauble, outstanding post player at 6'6". Does it all for him. He can play offense, defense, outstanding athlete. Came to play. Jensen with 9 points, and Hornseth with 9 points also, for their game total of 60 rather, as the Patriots come away with a big win, 60-47 over the Fond du Lac Cardinals, and now draw to within 1 game of the Fond du Lac Cardinals, with their Cardinals now drop to, overall on the season, they are 12-2. With a big win here over the Fond du Lac Cardinals. The Patriots, I said, game closer. North, of course, has the opportunity also to get back to within that 1 game if they would have won their game tonight. And as we mentioned, at this point, we're not sure of the outcome of that game. So the matchup gets bigger tomorrow night. The Fond du Lac Cardinals will play host to the Lightning of Appleton North.
Well, you're doing such a wonderful job of stalling. I'm sorry about that, but somebody decided that they were going to tear everything down up there. I told them not to take anything down. At any rate, final score once again, 60-47 in favor of the Appleton East Patriots here tonight. Remind you now that we have action coming up on Saturday night. It's the Appleton North Lightning here in town to take on the Cards. 8 o'clock, or about 8:15 actually, is going to be the tip-off time on Saturday night. Replay, we're going to try and get it on at 10 o'clock. We might be a little bit late on that one, but just bear with us, okay? Then next Thursday night, I think last night I told you that we would have college basketball action on Wednesday. That's not true. We've got a mix-up in our schedule. Marion is at MSOE on Wednesday night, not here at home. So no game Wednesday night. Thursday night we'll have high school hockey action. The St. Mary Springs Ledgers against the Popes of Milwaukee Pius. 6:30 face-off time, 9:30 with the replay here on Marcus Cable, Channel 13. Then next Friday night, final regular season game, and of the season for the Fond du Lac Gals. They have a very tough road here in the next week, playing 5 games in the next 7 or 8 days, 6 over the next 10. They'll take on the North Spartans in their final regular season game beginning at 8 o'clock on Friday night. The replay here at 10 p.m. Thanks tonight going out to our video sports crew. They include our 2 camera people. Up top side has been Matt Bastian, and courtside tonight has been Marion College student assistant Vern Cole. Technical duties tonight in the van, Nancy Pfeiffer, our technical director, as well as all the electronic graphics. Jeff Gerner at Marcus Cable is our chief technician. Mike Pfeiffer, the stats, statistics, color commentary on the basketball game out here tonight. For Mike and the rest of the video sports crew, I'm Dave Preston, wishing each and every one of you a very pleasant good night, reminding you that this has been a video sports presentation. Thanks for viewing us here on your station for Fond du Lac Cardinal Hoops, Marcus Cable, Channel 13.